Hi, everyone. Our topic this week is the integrative design process. And in this video, we're going to focus on the project team. One of the key components of the integrative design process is that you include all of the different team members. Your textbook calls them all the primary contributors from the beginning of the project before design even begins. And so take a look at this interesting graphic. I happen to find this on the US Forest Service website. But anyway, it is a graphic showing how all of the different members of the design team can collaborate and work together on the different design goals. And we're all aiming for the same overall goal of a high performance building. Let's take a look first at the conventional or traditional design process and how that team is organized. In this process, the client's primary contact is going to be the architect, all right? And this particular graphic did not connect to the client and the contractor, but I've added a little red line there just to let you know that that is also a strong connection. Right? There's communication between these three primary team members. All right, and then all of the other design team members, all of these different consultants and specialists are in a more of a hierarchical tiered system. All right, so the communication really only goes up and down the tree and doesn't go in between these different individuals. Here's a diagram of what an integrated design team could look like. You'll see that there's like a central core of primary team members, and that includes the architect and the client, the different design consultants, the contractor, the project manager, and it includes somebody new, the integrated design project champion or facilitator. In lead projects, they'll call this the lead facilitator. All right. And you'll see that there's many other pieces of the team, all of these other different individuals who are also brought onto the project team. So what this diagram is trying to show you is that there's more cross coordination between all of the different players. When an integrated design project brings in all of those different team members way at the beginning of a project, all right, it shifts all of those coordination and collaboration efforts earlier in the project timeline. Therefore, the sustainability goals are set earlier. It encourages brainstorming and cooperation, and you tend to realize many more of these synergies between the different disciplines and between the different design decisions. And so this ties into the cost issue. Take a look at this chart from your textbook, Sustainable Designer Critical Guide. It's comparing effort, effect, and cost over time in the conventional or traditional design processes versus the integrated design processes. So over here on the left, we have design effort. So this is the work going on. And the axis kind of left and right is time. So the project starts here at the beginning. And you can see that the green line, the integrated design process, all of the work, the effort happens earlier in the project. Same amount of work, by the way. All right, we can't get away from the work. But it happens earlier in the process. And then, compared to this blue line, the conventional design process. All right. Now, take a look at the black and the white lines. The black line says ability to impact cost and functional capabilities. And what that means, you can see it's high in the beginning of the project and low to the end. All right. What that means is the decisions that you make earlier in the overall process have more effect on the outcome. Now take a look at the white line. It says cost of design changes. So if you make a change in the design way here in the beginning of the process, it's a low cost, right? But by the time you get to the end of the design process, if you make a change in something that was, decided 2 months ago, um, it can have a significant cost impact. All right. So because of the shift of the design decisions towards the beginning of the project, right, the integrated design process can have better results for lower cost. All right, still talking about the integrated design team, I want to touch upon the idea of design charrettes. You might not have heard this vocabulary word before, but truthfully, charrette is just a fancy French term for a design meeting. All right, so every time you hear charrette, just think meeting. A design charrette is a key part of this iterative and integrative process. It brings together all the different stakeholders and professionals from different disciplines, and it's basically a brainstorming and collaboration meeting. You can also hear some people call it workshop, as in, I'm going to workshop this problem. All right. And so here's an example of a graphic, some people that are working together in one of these design charrettes. The LEAD program is highly invested in this integrative process. Right, they very much recommend it. And in fact, the integrative process is its own credit category. There's only one credit available in most rating systems, and it is simply for using this process in your design work. All right, so let's take a look at some of the steps here. First, your team should get familiar with this process. All right, hopefully you already are, but maybe you've got members on your team who are new to LEAD and new to sustainable design. Next, you need to conduct some preliminary research and analysis in both energy and water systems. All right, and this generally means creating a water budget and a kind of a black box energy simulation. Next, you need to convene a goal setting workshop. That's the charrette that we were just talking about. So for all LEAD projects who are aiming for this credit, which by the way, most of them do because it's an easy one to get, you need to have this initial design meeting and set your sustainability goals. Next, you need to, once you have those goals and you have your basic research, you're going to evaluate some different energy and water strategies. And finally, there's a documentation piece for this credit. All right, everybody, in this video, we just covered the project team, its different members, how they work together for the integrative design process. Thanks.